the list of options has been appeared, isn't it? Isn't it? The list of option has been appeared, isn't it? The list of option has been appeared. Yes or no? This is called as auto suggestions. These are called as what? Auto suggestions. The suggestions which are appeared automatically. Okay. So you're just typing something you have not completed yet. Correct? You didn't complete it with selenium. You just typed something. What are you getting? You're getting suggestion. This we call it as what? Auto suggestion. This we call it as what? Auto suggestions. The suggestions which appearing on the screen, this is called as what? Auto suggestions. Understood what is auto suggestions? Okay, let's see how do we handle this auto suggestions. Okay, now what is auto suggestion? What is what is auto suggestions? What is auto suggestions? Okay, next. What is auto suggestions? The suggestions which appear on the screen. The suggestions which appears automatically. Automatically. These are called as what? Auto suggestions. Suggestions which appears automatically is called as what? Auto suggestions. So we can handle auto suggestions. We can handle auto suggestions with we can handle auto suggestion by using find elements method. By using what? By using find elements method. By using what? Find elements method. Understood? Understood? How do you handle the auto suggestion? What is auto suggestion? Is it clear? Okay, please make a note. Please make a note. Automate the write it along with me. Write it along with me. Automate the following scenario. Step number one. Open the browser. Open the browser. Enter the URL of enter the URL of google.com. Type open the browser, enter the URL, type Selene in search text box. Next, get the count of all the options and print the text of all the suggestions or options. You can call it as suggestions or you can call it as options. Okay, please make a note of a scenario. Please make a note of a scenario. Options, I call it as what? Suggestion. Options are nothing but your suggestions. Okay, both are same. Let's start automating. Neatly understand. Neatly understand. Okay. So 1 minute. Let me launch the browser. Sorry. Let me launch the Eclipse. Give me a minute. Look at my screen, everyone. Look at my screen, everyone. Ah. Step number one. Step number one. Why is this error here? Hmm. Okay. Let me create a class. Right click, new, create a class, auto suggestions. Auto suggestions. Okay. Now test 0. Select our main method. Click on finish. Let me write the code. Step number one. What I need to do? I need to open the browser. Web driver is equals to new Chrome driver. Okay, let me import WebDriver and Chrome driver. Once I open the browser, what's the next step? I need to maximize it. Driver.manage.window.maximize. Window.maximize. Let me enter the URL driver.get. So let me go here and let me go copy paste the URL of the application. Okay, now driver dot manage dot times out dot implicitly wait duration of seconds. Now what I should do? Step number one, I should go inspect this element and I need to identify this. Correct, right? So let me right click, inspect the element. So this is by using which locator? This is by using which locator? Which locator? We have a name locator. What we have? We have name locator. So let me write. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. So driver dot find element by using name locator. Paste the value. I'm storing this address. I'm storing this address into one variable. I'm storing this address into one variable. The return type of this is web element. Similarly to this only. 10 is a value. I'm going to store it inside a variable called as A. The return type is what? Integer. Same concept here. So this is the address of that element. I'm going to store it in a variable. The return type of this is web element. Is it clear? Line number 18 is clear? Line number 18 is clear? Okay. Now what I will do, I'll write ELE dot send keys. I'll write it as what? Seleni. So everybody is clear and everybody know the code till here, isn't it? Everybody know code till here, isn't it? Now Now the actual thing starts. Observe here. Now the actual thing starts. Now I have to print all this text and I wanted to count it, isn't it? Isn't it? I want to print all this text and I wanted to count it, isn't it? How do I print the text? How do I print the text? Now, listen carefully. I need to fetch the addresses of options, multiple options. How do I fetch the multiple options? Look at my screen neatly. You have to inspect any one of the option. What you should do? You have to inspect any one of the option. Any one of the option from there. Observe carefully, okay? You have to inspect any one of the option. One second. Okay. Let me right click. Let me inspect any one of the option. Any one of the option you can inspect. Observe my source code. Okay. Where am I? Where am I? Observe my source code. Observe my UI. So I inspect Selenium download. I'm here. Now what I should do? Now what I should do? I'll just bring down my cursor down. Anything is highlighted? What is, see, look at my source code. Observe carefully. I'll just bring my cursor down. What is getting highlighted? What is getting highlighted? What is getting highlighted in the UI? Selenium download. I'll just come down. I'll just come down. So what is getting highlighted now? What is getting highlighted now? What is getting highlighted? Nothing. 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 I'll just come down. What is getting highlighted now? What is getting highlighted now? Selenium grid batch file command. Correct? I'll just come down. So if you look here. All the elements are getting highlighted. All the elements are getting highlighted. Yes, I'll repeat once again. I'll repeat once again. Observe. First of all, inspect any option. Whatever options are there, inspect any one of the option. So when you inspect any one of the option, what happened? Selenium Grid Guru99.com is getting highlighted. Now what you should do? You should just place your cursor down. See, nothing is, just keep placing your cursor down. See, sometimes it will be one only. Okay, just place cursor down. See, nothing is getting highlighted. Now I just came here. Selenium downloads are getting highlighted. Selenium downloads are getting highlighted, and all other options just come down, keep coming down. Okay, all the elements are highlighted. Is all the elements are highlighted? Yes, yes. Now in this is id locator is there? Is id locator is there? So what you have to do, you can inspect any. Yeah. Okay, so what you should do, you have to inspect any one of the element and you need to come down. You have to inspect any one of the element and you have to little come down till all the elements are highlighted. Is id locator is present here? Is id locator is present here? No. Is the name locator is present here? Is the name locator is present here? No. Is it a link text? Is it a link text? No. It is not a link text. It is not the link text. Okay. Now look at my screen. What you should do, I'll go with XPath by attributes. I will take that class. I'll go with XPath by attributes. What is the tag name? What's the tag name here? li double forward slash li at the rate class. Class equals to the value of it. Class equals to value of it. How many elements are highlighted? How many elements are highlighted? 11 elements are highlighted. 11 elements are highlighted. Now, let me write the code. Let me write the code. Driver dot find elements. Driver dot find elements. It is not element. It is I'm trying to find more than one element. Correct? So driver dot find elements. Elements by using XPath. Copy paste the value. I'm trying to find more than one element. Okay. So let me store it inside one variable called as ELE1. The return type of this is what? The list of web element. Return type of this what? List of web element. It's more than one. It's more than one. Isn't it understood? I fetch the address of what? More than one element. More than one element. Super. Now, if I wanted to count the options. So in Java, we have a method. Which is that method to count? ele1 dot size method. ele1 dot size method. If I wanted to get the test to print text, yesterday I've taught you one method, which is that to get the text. I taught you yesterday one method, which is that yesterday I've given you the web element method get text for ele1 store it inside one reference variable. I'm writing for each loop. The return type of this is web element. So here I want to print get text. Get text. Okay, that's all. Then I'll write it as driver dot close. Driver dot close. Everybody understood? Everybody understood how to get the count, how to print the text? Super. Now observe here. Observe. This is your for loop. This is your for loop. This reference variable, I'm storing it in a variable. The return type of this is web element. So this is what for each loop you guys have studied in your, okay, this is what you guys have studied in your Java for each loop, isn't it? Correct? Correct. Now, guys, look here, look here, look here. Observe here. When I type, observe here. When I type, everybody listen. When I type here, selenium, when I type here, selenium, I'm getting a list of options. Correct? When I type here, selenium, I'm getting list of options, isn't it? Isn't it? But when it take it, is it taking some fractions of second to load those options? Is it taking some fractions of seconds to load those options? Yes or no? When I type Selenium here, is it taking fractions of seconds to load here? Okay. So in this case, in this kind of scenario, see here, observe here. When I type Selenium, I want bit seconds to load the options. Okay. I want some 3 seconds in order to load that options. Are you understanding? This cases I'm going to use. I told you, right? In real time, we use the thread.sleep only for few cases. Understand what cases you use? Understood? So what we use? So here, once after you type Selenium, wait for 3 seconds for the option to load it. Then you will get it. Okay. Now let me run the code. So, is it printed? Is it printed the count and the text? Is it printed your count and the text? See guys, whoever is getting the socket exception, it is not an exception. Okay, whoever getting this, this is not an exception. This is your Selenium server logs. Means backside, when you click on run, your Selenium is running backside. Okay, your Selenium is running backside. So that is your server logs. Are you understanding? Okay, it's not a error. It's not a error. Clear? Okay. Now instead of searching Selenium, you will type Python Selenium and start writing the code. All the texts are printed. Okay. All the texts are printed. Okay. Now go, instead of you typing Python Selenium, you instead of you typing Selenium, type Python Selenium and get the options. Assignment question. Can you make a note of an assignment question? Yes, make a note. Open the browser. Open the browser. Enter the URL of Amazon.com. Open the browser, enter the URL. Assignment question, assignment, do it at home. Open the browser, enter the URL of Amazon.com. Open the browser, enter the URL of Amazon.com. Type phone. Type phone. Are you getting the suggestions? Are you getting the suggestions? Open the browser, type phone. Are you getting the suggestions? Get the count, get the text. Get the count, get the text. Open the browser, enter the URL of Amazon.com. Type phone, get the count, get the text. Can you do this? Can you do this and come? Assignment? An assignment question. This is at home. Okay. This is your homework. Okay. Do it at your home and come. Fine. Somebody asked, Trishana asked me one question. Mom, you have already used implicit wait, right? Why are you using thread or sleep? Correct, right? Now, look at my screen. Implicit wait, what it will do, the deadline for this, what we have given, is 10 seconds. So it will come here, 10 seconds it will see, it will go. It will come here, 10 seconds, see, it keeps going. But I wanted to stop it. Okay, because the elements, in implicit wait, I cannot ask it to wait until, okay, the elements to be loaded. Okay, so I seriously wanted to stop it for 3 seconds because the option should be loaded. The options are there, no? The Selenium, all that option should be loaded. Okay, for that options to be loaded, here I wanted to give a break, I wanted to stop it. That's the reason I'm going to use thread or sleep here. Okay, implicit wait is to fasten the execution wait and it solve the synchronization issue. but here but here I seriously wanted to stop it. I wanted to stop it for 3 seconds and I wanted to execute the code. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Clear? Okay, next. Now, yes, we have to use implicit wait only once. Here I want to break it. I wanted to wait for some more time. I wanted to make it what? Some more time for some minutes. Okay. For that purpose, I'm going to use thread or sleep only in such cases. I told you, right? We use only thread or sleep in few cases. This is one case where we use thread or sleep. Okay. Now look at my screen here. Look at my screen. Assignment question I'm repeating. Open the browser, enter the URL of Amazon.com. Type phone, get the count, get the text. Open the browser, enter the URL of Amazon.com, get the type phone, get the count, get the text. Clear? Clear? Hmm. Now look at my screen. Very important question, and the default question wherever you go, they'll be asking. Okay, it's a default question. Wherever you go, they'll be asking. Look at my screen. Find element. No repetition of the code. You guys should start the class at 7 o'clock, not like your wish. And you guys have all the rights to scold me if I don't join at 7 o'clock. Correct? You know how to scold me. You don't know how to you don't know how to join on time. Correct, right? People know you're very good in scolding trainers, but people don't know how to join on time. So sorry, I will not be repeating anything. I've explained every line in detail. There will be no repetitions. Look at my screen. Look at my screen. Now, difference between find element and find elements. Okay, find element returns the address of returns the address of first matching element, wherein find elements returns the address of all the matching all the matching elements. Isn't it? Find element returns the address of what? First matching element, and find element returns the address of all the matching element. Okay. The return type is web element. The return type is what it returns. A returns type is list of web element. List of web element. If element not found, you get no such element exception. But here, if element not found, you get empty list. Okay, this I'll show you. Point number 3, I will show it to you practically. Point number 3, I'll show it to you. The rest two you know. Correct, right? Make a note of this. I'll show you point number 3. Learn and make a note. Don't simply copy. Learn the differences and copy. Done? Completed? Everybody understood? Now look here, everyone. Observe here, observe here. Please, if you do any mistake in find element, what exception you get? If you do any mistake in line number 19, what exception you get? You get no such element exception, isn't it? You get what? No such element exception. Similarly, if I do any mistake in find elements, okay? If I do any mistake in find the elements, if I do any mistake, is the address is correct? Is the address is correct? No. If I do any mistake in find element, I get empty list, that is 0. I get empty list, that is 0. Okay, it is still executing. It is still executing. Are you getting 0? Empty list. If you do any mistake in find elements, if you do any mistake in find elements, what is the output? You will not get any exception. You get 0, the empty list. What do you get? 0, the empty list. Understanding? Okay, will you do this Flipkart assignment and come? Sorry, not Amazon, I guess. Correct, right? So how do you inspect this? How do you inspect this? Select any one of the option. Select any one of the option. Click on the inspect. Observe here. Select any one of the option. Click on the inspect. What is getting highlighted? Mountain car is getting highlighted. Just scroll down. Just come down. Okay. Just see, in this case, just 1, 2, 3 lines. All the elements are highlighted. All the elements are highlighted, but you have to expand the tag div here. See here. You have to expand this. Don't think what it is. Okay, you have to expand the tag div here. Listen, all the elements are highlighted. Expand the tag div. So when you expand it, you can see it. So here also you can go with the class name. Can you do it and come? Very simple. No great science here. Inspect any one of the element. Inspect any one of the element. Take your cursor. Come down. Keep coming down until where all the elements are highlighted. Keep coming down where until all the elements are highlighted and write the X bar expression. That's all. Understood? Renuka, understood? Okay. Now, everybody understood chapter 2, the element, auto suggestion. What is auto suggestion? How do you handle auto suggestion? The difference between find elements. Is it clear? Everybody's clear with the first element? Super. Next, second element. Second element. We have an actions class. Okay. We have the actions class. Okay. So actions class is an inbuilt class in Selenium. Okay. So we have a class called actions class. This is an inbuilt class in Selenium. It's an inbuilt class. So we have a class called action. This is an inbuilt class in Selenium. In actions is a class, we have so many actions. Okay, we have so many actions. So what are the actions we have? We have right click first. We have mouse over. We have right click, double click, drag drop, drag and drop. Understanding? Using this actions class, we can perform the following actions. Okay, so using actions class, we can perform the following actions. So what are the following actions we can perform? We can perform the following actions such as what? Mouse over, right click, double click, drag and drop. Are you understanding? Are you understanding what are the actions we can perform? Are you understanding? So these are the actions we can perform using the inbuilt class of the Selenium. Okay, in Selenium, especially in chapter 2 is very easy. You have to remember the class name, you have to remember the method name. You have to remember the class name, you have to remember the method name. That's all. So these are the actions what we can perform using the actions class. Okay, these are the actions what we can perform using the actions class. Understanding. Now let's see how do we handle these elements. Let's see how do we handle these elements. Step number one. Step number one. We have to create an object for actions class. Step number one. There is an inbuilt class. So first we have to create a object for actions class. We have to create a object for actions class. Here you need to pass it as driver. Why? I will tell it as later. Okay, so you have to create an object for actions class. Here you need to pass it as driver. Clear? Understood step number one, everyone? Step number one, we have to create a object for actions class and you need to pass it as driver. What is the use of driver? I'll explain it to you when we start writing the program. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Now, to perform mouse over, to perform mouse over, we have a method called as move to element. To perform the action mouse over, we have a method called as move to element. Understanding? Clear, everyone? Let's understand what is this mouse over. Okay, first of all, let's understand what is this mouse over. Okay, now look at my screen. Look at my screen. I'll open the browser. I'll enter this ebay.com. Okay, now I'll take my cursor. I will look at my screen. I'll take my cursor. I will over it on electronics. I'll over it on motors, fashion, collection, sports, health and are you able to see this? Are you able to see this? Yes or no? So what is this called as? This is called as mouse overing. What is this called as? So mouse overing. When a mouse over, if I click on Apple, if I click on Apple, it will go to the Apple page. Understanding? So this is called as mouse overing. Everyone understood what is the meaning of mouse overing? Take your mouse cursor, point it. See it? Point it. Okay. So I wanted to open the browser. I wanted to open the browser. Enter the URL of ebay.com. I wanted to open the browser. Enter the URL of ebay.com. I want to do mouse over on electronics. I want to click on Samsung. I want to mouse over on electronics. I want to click on Samsung. Can we write a program? Can we write the program? So very simple, very simple. Only two lines of the code. Look at my screen. What you should do? Let me create a class. Actions. Let me create a class. Select a main method. Click on finish. So I will not type this again because you guys are already aware of it. I'll just copy the URL, I'll paste it. Okay, now observe carefully. Step number 1. On which element I need to mouse over? On which element I need to mouse over? Electronics. Correct? On which element I need to mouse over? I need to mouse over on electronics. First, let me inspect electronics. Right click, inspect electronics. So what I need to do here? First, let me inspect electronics. Okay, let me go and inspect this electronics. So I have by using, you can go with the link text or XPath by text function. Anything would be okay. So I will write XPath by text function. // text function equals to electronics. How many elements are matching? How many elements are matching? 3. Is the first element is yours? Which element is yours? Your first or second element is yours? The second element is yours. So surround it. Surround it. Copy it. Copy it. Start writing the code. Copy it. Start writing the code. Driver dot find element by using XPath. Copy paste the value. Driver dot find element by dot electronics. Copy paste the value. I am going to store this into one variable. Wait. I'm going to store it inside one variable ELE. The return type of this is web element. Okay, I want to open the browser. I want to enter the URL. I want to do this. Then what I will do? I store it in one variable. Everybody is clear till here? Same thing. Write it, store it. Everybody is clear till here? Everybody is clear till here? Now, what I will do? I'll create an object for actions class. I'll create an object for actions class. I'll create an object for actions class. I'll pass it here as driver. I'll create an object for actions class and I'll pass it here as actions. So everybody remember, you need to remember the import statement as well. Actions class should be imported from. Everybody learn the import statement. Actions class should be imported from selenium.interactions package. Okay, actions class should be imported from selenium.interactions package. Okay, actions class should be imported from selenium.interactions package. Let me import. Okay, actions class should be imported from selenium.interactions package. Okay, so using which method? So which method should I use it to perform mouse overing? Using which method? Using which method? Move to element. Okay. Using which method? Move to element. Using which method? Move to element. Now I understand. What is the meaning of driver? You didn't tell us what is the meaning of driver. Driver means which browser, which application, which element you're performing action. Understanding? Which browser, which application, on which element you're performing the action. Understanding? Understanding? Let me repeat. Which browser, which application, which element you're performing action. Clear? Clear? Now, let me call a method. Which method? Move to element. Let me call the method move to element. So which element should I move? Means I should make my cursor, right? So which element? This element. Correct? Pass that address. Isn't it? ELE. So dot perform. By default, I need to call a method called perform. If I don't ask it to perform, it will go and keep quiet. It should perform the action. Now let me run the code. Let me run the code. Now observe here. It opens the browser, maximizes. Is it mouse hovering on electronics? Is it mouse hovering on electronics? Yes, yes. Now, I wanted to click on what? I wanted to click on what? Samsung or Apple, whatever it is. I want to click on the option, right? Now I have to inspect. Let me inspect. Inspect. Wait. Okay, 1 minute. Huh. Right click, inspect the Samsung. Right click, inspect the Samsung. Samsung is there here. Double forward slash a text function equals to Samsung. One of one, copy it, write the code. Write the code. Observe here. Driver dot find element by using XPath. Paste the value. What's an action? Dot click. Okay. Open the browser, enter the URL, type and click on it. Now let me run the code. It opens the browser, enters the URL of this, mouse over, it clicked on Samsung. Did you people understood? Can you handle mouse over? Can you handle it? So easy, nothing is there. Can you handle mouse over? Super. Automate the following scenario. Automate the following scenario. Open the browser. Open the browser. I'll give you 1 minute. Open the browser. Open the browser. Okay, wait 1 second. Wait. Go to luxury.com. Open the browser, go to luxury.com. Take the URL I pinged you in the broadcast. You can post it in the WhatsApp group as well. Okay, open the browser, enter the URL of luxury.com. Open the browser, enter the URL of luxury.com. Mouse over on the shop. Mouse over on the shop. See here? Mouse over on the shop and select whatever option you want. You want pants, skirts, outerwear, shoes. Click on anything. Okay. Mouse over on shop. Click on suits. Okay. You do this one only. Mouse over on shop and click on suits. Can you do this? Open the browser, enter your luxury.com. Mouse over on shoes. Sorry, mouse over on shop and click on suit. I'll repeat again. Open the browser, enter the URL of luxury.com, mouse over on shop and click on suits. Everybody write the program. Everybody write the program. Once you have done, please ping me done. Everybody done. Everybody understood. Clear? Everybody's understood, everybody's clear. Okay, super. Now, let's see. Can you do an assignment question? Can you do an assignment question? Can you make a note of an assignment question? Yes. Open the browser. Open the browser. Enter the URL of. Enter the URL of. Open the browser. Enter the URL of firelawn.com. Firelawn.com. Open the browser. Enter the URL of firelawn.com. Open the browser, enter the URL of firelawn.com. Take the URL if you want, firelawn.com. Mouse over. Mouse over on men, women, kids, electronics, beauty, and select. Anything, whichever you want, whichever you like. You like men, you like women, kids, electronics, beauty, mouse over, and select. Can you do this as an assignment? Can you do it as an assignment? Can you do it and come? Super. Can you do it and come? Yes. Super. Now look at my screen. Look at my screen. Now let's see how do we perform double click. Open firelawn.com. Open the browser, enter the URL of firelawn.com, mouse over on anything, men, women's, everything, and select the option. Okay. Open the browser, enter the URL of firelawn.com, mouse over on any of the option, and print it. Understood, Shambhavi? Okay. Now look at my screen. Next, we are going to perform double click. If you want to perform double click, we have a method called what? Double click method. We have a method called as what? The name of a method is only what? Double click. Okay. Yes, you can select more than one option. You can select more than one option, but if you want to select more than one option, what you should do? What will you do if you want to select more than one option? Yes, you can select more than one option. No five elements. What you wanted here? You wanted to select, for example, I want to select Samsung. See, but listen. Okay. Now one question is, can I select more than one option? I wanted to go to men. I want to select T-shirt. Okay. Then can I go and select shirts as well? Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can do it. But how do you do it? First time when you open the application, you're doing mouse overing and you're selecting T-shirt. Okay, you're selecting T-shirt. Second time also what you should do? Again you should mouse over, click on shirt. Okay, again you should mouse over and click on shirt. Same thing, repeat the steps again. Okay, now double click. Now what is the meaning of double click? Let's try to understand. Now look at my screen, everyone. Look at my screen, everyone. Everyone look at my screen. When I go to this application, observe carefully. Observe, when I open this application, I will go click on it. Here, I clicked. Everybody observed, I clicked. Is the count got changed to 2? Is the count got changed to 2? No, no. Some of the elements wanted some extra effort. Okay, some of the elements wanted what? Some extra efforts to perform the action. Okay, now I'll go and perform double click. Is it got changed to 2? When I perform double tap on the plus button, is it got changed to 2? Yes, yes, understood, understood. Okay. So if you want to perform double click, using which method? How do you perform double click? How do you perform double click? With the help of double click method. Okay, how do you perform double click? We are going to perform double click using double click method. Are you understanding? Are you understanding? Okay, so you're going to perform double click by using double click method. Now let me copy paste the URL of the application. Step number 1, what you should do, you need to fetch the address of the element on which you have to perform double click. So on which element you have to perform double click? Plus button. First let me inspect. Let me fetch the address of it. By using what locator? I have ID locator. I have what? ID locator. Using ID locator, I can identify the element using ID. Now what I will do, look at my screen. Driver dot find element by using ID locator, paste the value. Paste the value. I found that element. What I will do? I'll store it inside one variable. I'll store it inside one variable. The return type of this is what? Web element. The return type of this is what? Web element. Now what I will do? I'll create a object for actions class. Now what I will do? I'll create a object for actions class. Okay, so here I'll pass it as driver. Here I'll pass it as driver. So I'll create an object for actions class. I'll pass it as driver. Actions class should be imported from where, guys? Actions class should be imported from where? Selenium dot interactions package. Selenium dot interactions package. Now, which method should I select? Which method should I select? Which method? Double click. I want to perform double click. Where I want to perform double click? Where I want to perform double click? On this LE element. Okay. Then I need to call which method? Dot perform. I need to call dot perform. If I don't call dot perform, then your program will not get executed. So I'll give little bit delay. Otherwise, it will be very fast. Okay. This is for teaching purpose. This is for teaching purpose. First, you see the application. Otherwise, it will be very fast. You will not understand. This is for teaching purpose. Don't need to use the delay here. It's for teaching purpose. Now observe carefully. It opens the browser, enters the URL. See the count. Count is what? 1. It is perform double click. Did you get double click? Yes. Understood. Understood. How do you perform double click? Understood, everyone? Start writing the code. Start writing the code. Open the browser. Open the browser. Open the browser. Enter the URL of. Open the browser. Enter the URL of demoappskilldery.com. You can post it in the group. You can post it in this one. It is posted in broadcast. You can post it in group as well. Open the browser. Enter the URL of. Open the browser. Enter the URL of demoappskilldery.com. Open the browser, enter the URL of demoappskilldery.com. Mouse over on course. So to do mouse over, using which element? Which method will you use to perform mouse over? How do you perform mouse over? You'll perform using move to element. Mouse over on course. Click on Selenium training. Click on Selenium training. Click on Selenium training. Click on Selenium training. Mouse over, click on Selenium training. Now, double click on plus button. Double click on plus button. Double click on plus button. Okay, open the browser, enter the URL of the application, mouse over on the course, click on Selenium training, mouse over on the course and click on Selenium training and double click on plus button. Understood? Write the program. Open the browser, enter the URL, mouse over on the course, double click on Selenium training, double click on plus button. Understood? Understood? Start writing the code. Start writing the code. Dot perform is a method. Dot perform is a method. Dot perform is a method. created 2 objects for actions class? How many of you have created 2 objects, or have you created 1 object? Ping me. Have you created 1 object for actions class or 2 objects? Super. Very good. Correct? Okay. Now let's do that. Let's do this. Okay. Look at my screen, everyone. Look at my screen, everyone. Let me do the same scenario. Let me do the same scenario. Look at my screen. So what have you done first? You have to mouse over on course. Correct, right? You have to mouse over on course. Look at here. By using what locator? Simple. By using ID locator. Let me go and write it. Let me go and write it. Okay. Now look at here. Driver dot find element by using id, copy paste the value. Let me store it inside one reference variable. It's a course, right? Let me store it as course. Course, and the return type of this is reference. Okay. Now what I need to do? I need to select Selenium training. What I need to do? I need to select Selenium training here. Now let me go /a next function equals to Selenium training. So this is your first element. So if it's the first element, don't need to write the index number as 1 because it will always go and identify the first element only. Okay. Now look at my screen. Let me write the code here. Let me write the code. Driver dot find element by using XPath, paste the value. Action to be performed is what? Dot click. Action to be performed is dot click. Okay, now observe here. Now what I will do? Object creation is one time. Object creation is one time. One time you have to do object creation. Now you can call the methods. First one, what you should do? A dot. Okay. So what you should do first? A dot mouse over. That is, we have to do move to element. Move to element. Which element? Course. So I need to do dot perform. I need to do dot perform. So what I did? I inspected the course button. I perform mouse over. I'm clicking on what? Selenium training. Okay. Next. After that, what I need to do? Again, I need to do double click. Double click on ELE and I need to perform. Okay. Observe the execution. Have you all written the code in the same fashion? Have you all written the code in the same fashion? Is it working? Is it working? Have you all written the code in the same fashion? Yes. Understood double click? Understood double click? Huh. Now, look at my screen. Everybody look at my screen. Everybody look at my screen. Everybody look at. Yes, tomorrow onwards your classes will be like this. Okay. You have to not add chrome driver.exe, gecko driver.exe to the reference variable. Okay, remove that chrome driver.exe, expand the reference libraries, right click on chrome driver.exe, build path, remove from build path, remove from build path. I'll repeat again, expand reference library, okay, and click on chrome driver.exe, build path, remove from build path, your program will work. Your program will work. Understood? Understood? Okay. Now look at my screen. Start writing a theory. Understood from tomorrow onwards what is the pattern of teaching? This will be this. Okay. 7 to 8:30 will be your portion. 8:30 to 9 o'clock we are going. Am I going fast? Am I going fast? No. I'm explaining you word by word. If you're not concentrating, don't tell me I'm fast. No. I'm going very slowly. Look at my screen. Make a note. Actions class. Make heading actions class. Actions class is the inbuilt class in Selenium which is having following methods. That is move to element, move to element, right click, sorry, context click, context click, double click, drag drop. Okay, so today we understood double click, move to element. Tomorrow we are going to do right click and drag and drop. Tomorrow's class will understand. Clear? Finish writing? Wait, I'll write it off. So actions is an inbuilt class in Selenium which is having what? Following methods. Which are the methods of actions class? Okay, so look at here. I'll give you time. First, you need to create a object for. First, you need to create a object for actions class. First, you need to create a object for actions class, and it's a parameterized constructor which is taking driver as the reference. Actions class should be imported from Selenium dot interactions package. Selenium dot interactions package. Okay, so actions class, we need to create an object for actions class. Actions class should be imported from Selenium dot interactions package. Okay, now next, to perform mouse over, we are going to use a method called as, okay, move to element. Next, to perform double click, we use a method double click method. To perform a right click, we use a method called as context click. Next, to perform drag and drop, drag and drop, we use a method drag and drop. Note, by default in all the actions we need to call or use dot perform method. Okay. Interview questions. What is auto suggestion? How to handle auto suggestion? Next, differences between find element and find elements. Advantages of actions class. Advantages of actions class. Next, actions class should be imported from by default. Which method we should use in actions class? Okay, start writing.